Oh, hey. Are you awake yet? Well, hello there. So, today is May the 4th for me. Anyone who's watching this, because of my time zone, most likely it is not May the 4th for yourself. So that is okay. We are going to be learning how to control the Force. Using mind-body techniques and the midichlorians that flow through our own essence. So, to start, you're gonna have to walk the lonely path, the path that only I ever know. Doo-doo. Is it too big? There. There. Oh, this is kind of cool. So, obviously the movie is based in kind of a very lightly veiled view of, life force and magic and the essence of good and evil and
Yeah, I guess so.
epitomized
Full body
force.
is more for the people outside.
What do you mean?
People.
Like, I'm not gonna pay attention to where my feet are. My legs are crossed right now, sitting down.
Oh, it's like for the people you're playing with type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get
I disagree.
You do?
Yeah, because I
Because you
I
have full
am
body.
hanging out by myself and I am enjoying my full body.
Oh.
What do
feel
you
like-
like the most about it?
It's the feel of immersion. So, like, for example, we can look around in this world and it's just absolutely beautiful. And if you were looking at it through like a screen, you have that distance between you and the screen. When you have the headset on, it puts
Yeah.
you in the world. But something about how your brain clicks in the experience of like being in a location by like looking down and I move my body and I
Feet?
see all parts of me move with the world. It like deepens the feeling that you're like in that space. And so especially when you do like
So quick
chill,
question.
relaxing. Shoot.
The question: being in full body, do you switch different avatars very often?
I'll go through phases more than switch. So like if I'm using like this avatar, I'll probably use for the next couple of months or something like that. I do change around like holidays or stuff like that to kind of match more of like a festive spirit, but I'm not like constantly changing avatars if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, it's interesting because like, I don't know, I've been on VRChat for what, 8-9 years, but I haven't switched avatars
What?
for all these
That's
years.
crazy.
I can't. It just I don't if I ever see a mirror and I'm in another avatar, I go, oh, that's not
Yeah,
right.
it feels weird, right?
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
All of my avatars kind of have the same look, kind of like more like short, round, curvy kind of, what's the word?
Proportions.
Yeah, but like not chibi proportions, but almost like fake anime proportions rather than like, and they all have the same age, hair. They all have the same like kind of like mean but droopy eyes, and kind of they all have the same.
Like
I'll
switch clothing, but I
Mhm.
always stay the persona avatar because I've just been used to it.
It's a good avatar too. It has a good amount of substance to it, but while being pretty simple. So that's nice.
Yeah. Long time ago, there wasn't many avatars out there for males.
No,
All of them had
still's not.
ears and tails.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them had ears and tails. And one of my friends just referred me like, yeah, you should just be Persona from you should be Makoto from Persona.
Mm.
And it sort of just stuck with me.
I do for my male avatar. I do Techie. So it's this
Teki?
guy.
Which one's Teki?
And I gotta fix the shirt on it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's just like a standard. But I feel like it has a nice look. Just problem is everything in it is in Japanese, so it's so hard to work with.
Yeah, that's the thing with avatars. I noticed a lot of male avatars are either they're very fashionable, but they're not really what I would see in the mirror if I were to look in a mirror. So that's why I picked this one.
Right.
Simple. Obviously, the blue hair is not I don't have blue hair, but
it's got a black
price to
vibe
pay.
to it.
yeah.
And then I'd actually say that I don't think if you saw my fallback, I don't know if you loaded my avatar or you ever didn't. Oh, what? Oh,
No, I
it's
didn't.
broken.
I can see what your fallback is. Let's see.
Yeah, so my fallback has kind of been my main avatar forever. So I always keep him the fallback.
Oh, actually, I can't see the fallback.
I'll put it on. It's this guy. Hi.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So this always stays my fallback. It's kind of been like my standard for a while. That's so annoying.
That's a
I just-
unique one.
So it's like a booth kind of. The problem is I can't work with it too much because it's all one piece, you know. But I like.
Mm.
It's kind of the same thing with like your avatar. It's simple, but I like the hands. I don't know.
It's got to be simple. And
Functional.
I don't know.
It looks like it has
I
edges.
dress yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, sorry to crash in on your conversation. I'm going to continue down the river.
There's not much down there, but enjoy your time.
Yeah.
Lovely. Switch back to my Zenet. There we go. Okay. Bye. But anyways, obviously the Force is not a real thing, but there is a lot to be said about a way of organizing your thoughts using an ideology as the base. And sometimes the base ideology doesn't necessarily have to be 100% perfect, but as long as it offers a scaffolding for you to build upon, then it actually is reasonable. Now, I'm not saying this is a good thing, but for example, on here one time I met a person who said that the Avatar movies, the Na'vi, their spiritual beliefs actually stemmed from the beliefs of the Na'vi. And they understood that, it comes from a movie, it's a James Cameron movie, it's kind of bullshit. But just kind of taking the ideology, to be honest, this is not much different from the most millennials who identified as Buddhism without ever understanding like what a Buddhist person's life is like in an Asian country. Which I am slightly guilty of myself. I definitely say my spirituality stems from Buddhist ideology, or at least is influenced by Buddhist ideology. So I think that if a person says that my spiritualism is stemmed from Star Wars ideology, I don't want to be 100% in telling them that they're a weirdo. Low bitrate. What can I turn off? But anyways, so I am not a Star Wars aficionado. I've seen the old Star Wars, the new Star Wars, the remakes, and all of the above. I enjoy the theme of it. I am not a big fan of a lot of parts of the new ones, and some of the new series I couldn't even get through. I very much enjoyed The Mandalorian. Other than that, I can't say that there's any of them that I've been absolutely in love with. But I do enjoy the lore. Oh, there was an animated series called The Clone Wars that wasn't bad. I think I watched it pretty quickly, like while I was doing other stuff. But it's wasn't bad. Anyways, I'm going to be expressing the Force through a mindfulness practice, essentially attempting to align myself with the spirituality of the world through the concept of the Force. Maybe I should do the dark side. Get into the fucking dark side. Break into anger and pain and try and unleash unlimited power. I should check my voice. Unleash unlimited power. Anyways, let's move and talk for a little bit. Noteworthy. I don't know what this is, but I'm going there. So that's one part of the Star Wars lore that I do find, interesting, is that it kind of has this Eastern styled structure, but it has a very clear good and bad, like angel and devil type people. Whereas if you look at a lot of Eastern cultures, very rarely are the good completely good and the evil completely good evil. I mean, if you look at the yin yang, even the good have a center of evil and the evil have a center of good. If you see this person, please contact me. This is very dark. Yeah, I don't like this music. Okay. I don't know what this is. I can't see anything, so I'm gonna turn on my light. And my light doesn't even work in here. Alright, fucking bail. Bail! Bail. So, Star Wars tends to have that good and evil, very distinct fear, pain, anguish kind of leads to the dark side, whatever. Which is, like I said, very Western in its ideology. But the structure of, energy, things very Eastern, so it's kind of an interesting mix. I do strongly believe that
Filipino. Sliding in the DMs.
Whoa.
oh, this is a lot smaller
Wait,
than I
can
thought it was
ask you,
going to be.
how large is the average Filipino cock?
I have no idea.
Are you a virgin?
Okay, yeah, not doing that. Not not doing that. This is nice. A little ambience. Second house world I went to that wasn't bad today. Than usual, these house worlds tend to be mid at best. But they both kind of had some level of individuality to them. Even though they're simple, they had a feel. A little sunken area. Waterfall. Good ambient noise. I dig it. Dig it. Oh, that's throwing. Not horrible, I've just never done it. It's not what you think it would be. I think I'm trying to like put spin on it. But that's not a thing. Okay, I get that. Nope. We have water. Oh, we do have water. In the industry, we call that good water. Okay, this is still kind of nice. I wouldn't mind hanging out here sometime. What is up with the fucking pronouns? There's a whole slew of people that have had joke pronouns, I guess. Like skibbity toilet as a pronoun. Oh, cool. I haven't played that game in a while. That'd actually be a fun stream. Yeah, sorry. I'm taking away from active content. This is nice. I don't know if I'm gonna save it. I guess I'll save it. It's not like fantastic as far as the quality goes. It's just the ambience of the world is nice. I dig it. I dig it. Mirror that doesn't work. You're gonna put a mirror. At least let me be able to turn it on. There's food here. Bottom corner. I don't know what that is. Alright, it's a little too loud. Let's go. Can I go here? Meh, whatever. It's good. Unfortunately, if anyone has to go to the bathroom, then you're fucked. You are fucked. Okay. So allow your body to sit at peace. Allow your mind to become calm. And allow your focus to become untethered by your own current desires. Allow your mind to be soft. Allow your body to focus on any aspect with the knowledge that some other thoughts might come into your mind. You might become distracted and think about another topic, but the confidence that you can return to that spot and continue to accumulate the impression of your conscious mind on a specific state. We're going to be allowing our mind to be connecting with the world around us. We're going to be allowing our bodies to act as antennae for the energy of the world. We'll gather up the force around us and allow it to be our own. And only when we become one with ourselves and the world, we'll be able to see what the force is trying to tell us. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Focus on your body. Create a visualization of your body sitting in the position that it is sitting now. Allow yourself to see your feet, your legs, your hips, your waist, your stomach, your chest, your arms, your hands. Take a moment to feel your hands as your hands act as a conduit to the sensation of the world. Take note of what your hands are feeling at the moment. Because even if you're touching nothing, your hands are aware of the temperature. Your hands are aware of the humidity. Your hands can feel a breeze or stagnant air. Your hands can feel the empty world. Now, imagine your neck. Imagine your face. Imagine your lips, your eyes. Imagine your cheeks, your jaw, your hair. Imagine yourself in a place just similar to the place that you're in now. Take note of any pressure or tension that you're holding in your face, your neck, your shoulders. We tend to look at these aspects as flaws, as things to be conquered, but in this moment they are yourself. They are part of your own experience. You really want to be one with anything at any particular moment, finding acceptance in your pain, in your discomfort, in your anxiety is not only crucial, but standard. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. We're going to start to form an image of the world around us, the room that we are in. You don't necessarily have to focus on any physical structures, but just the understanding and the vibe of the room that you are in. Allow its flaws to be your flaws, its imperfections to be your perfections. Your body acts as an antenna to the world around itself. Now keeping your mind as calm as possible. If you're lacking focus on your breath. But allow yourself to be attentive to your space simply through your skin. Simply through your fingertips, through your lips, through the soles of your feet. Experience what your body is experiencing. Feel as the force around you massages your fingertips, brushes against your lips, as it envelops your body. The force is one with you because you are one with the force. The white light, the good of the force, allows for that peace to exist. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Exhale. And you're good to go. Allowing your mind to be calm. It's hard to even get to that point with that type of meditation because I'm saying that your pain and your anguish should be accepted, but I feel like the Jedi fear pain. Or they fear the perception of pain. Which I guess I agree. I guess what I'm saying is it's not necessarily that you should be being okay with pain, but you're choosing not to be bothered by it. You're choosing to accept it as the self. I guess that is kind of Jedi. Whereas if I wanted to go against that, I'd be using the pain as rage to hit something. Yeah. I still think it goes a little too hard into good and evil, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay, let's move. I have a feeling that this world is not going to be good, but it's worth a shot. The time is currently 10:35. Oh, that is. There's a lot of water. Oh, maybe they added the pronouns as part of it. That is so stupid. This is nice. How about this billiard here? I don't know if I can remove it. I didn't remove it. It's a pretty world. And so, you were hearing the noises from before. Wondering what they were. I do wish that there was a little bit more room in here. Weird that it's just like pinned on the table and fall off super easy. Anyways, let's go somewhere else. This is a little too hard to move around. Go to this one. By the way, if you ever want to weigh in on anything or have any questions, feel free to leave comments or type into chat. is within my power, I will answer any question that you might have about topics that I cover. It's cute. Like a cat box of a world. Oh, do I have voices off?
我们本来觉得玩是够的，毕竟
Oh, that
就
makes sense. I had
40多块
voices
钱
on.
嘛。
这么便宜啊？
嗯，你在这边买最近，最近爱马逊打折，就是买75减25欧，所以它价格就比国内贵了100块不到。
日本語以外何か話しますか？
这叫什么呀？Pico
叫 Pico 4 Motion Trackers，MOTIOA。
那我快字是不是用不了啊？
わ、何これ？
用不了，它只有 Pico 系统可以用。
すごい。いた。
啊？我们英国不打折。
痛いんだけど、いた。
哎，因为我是法国小黑五，英国没有自己的小黑五嘛。
英国要卖80磅。
なんかセクシーなんだけど。
贵啊！这边平时也卖差不多600多块钱。
这就是不打折的价格，
但是
这就是英国。
So she's saying that the Roblox character is
而且还没有破。
打折的话，我们这不打折也是80多欧。
モイラさん。
差不多，我们这卖79。
モイラさん。
哎，我们这边也是79.99，它的官方起价。
I don't speak。
但是英国那边它改成英镑了之后，没有因为汇率降低嘛？
是的，很多东西都是这样。英国。
Hello.
こんばんは。
Hello.
Do you speak Japanese?
No. I can't.
You do. What do you speak?
Oh.
A little bit English and Chinese, maybe.
Oh, how do you say hello in Chinese?
朝起きるやん。
你好吗？
你好。你好吗？
うん。チンコだね。
Yeah, a lot of Chinese.
How do you say
Hello.
thank you in Chinese?
Hello.
谢谢。
手とか釘入ってんもん。
谢谢。
と思ってて全然負けた。
How do you say?
お疲れ様。
I don't care how strong you are.
How do you say how are
I don't
you?
care how fast you
何
are.
歌ったん？
你好吗？
Future.
窓マギと
你好吗？
永遠の消防隊かな。
你好吗？
マギ
你好吗？
パチンコ。
Can you more Chinese?
スロット空いてない。パチンコか。
Yes, of course.
Teach me more.
もう窓マギとか永遠とか。あれ5月とかに。
I want to learn more Chinese.
釘入らん。入んないね。
Speaking.
Muscle Steve.
くらいじゃないと。
Muscle Steve.
Wow.
How do you say?
What do you want to know?
Speaking. I want to know. Thank you.
Thank you.
谢谢。
Thank you.
谢
I want to learn. 谢谢。How do you say
谢
good
谢。
night?
It means good night. 晚安。
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 Yeah. It's right.
Oh,
晚
thank you,
安。
thank you. 晚安。
Oh wow, an only up world. That sounds horrible, but kind of amazing. Maybe this could be a whole stream in itself, to be honest. Oh, oh Jesus. It is what it says it is. Oh Jesus. Okay. Like this will spawn the load objects at the spawn point. Okay. So allow your mind to become soft, Anakin. And I think that oop. Oop. That's not good. I just fell off something. Okay. Well, we got this here. Oh. Okay. So, when applying yourself to a complicated puzzle task, generally speaking, you don't want to overthink it. It's kind of the fundamental of a lot of technical activities. Is once you actually end up thinking about them too much, you die. Awesome. That was fucking awesome. Well, and I think with a lot of these games, it's the pressure of the moment. Ooh, almost died. Shit. That fucks people up the most. So any particular jump is not super hard, but the fear of making the jump often makes a simple activity a lot more difficult than it tends to be. Yeah, that's not my fault though. That's just glitchy fucking code right there. Just glitchy fucking code. Let me just do here. Yep. So I pulled back on that one. It's actually funny enough, is exactly what I was talking about. I don't think I was scared of it. I think it's just this is a very sensitive controller for this type of game, and I really don't have any experience with the mechanics of this yet. I just have to be more confident in my jumping, and I'll do better. So I gotta. Unfortunately, in VRChat, it's not possible to keep you attached to a moving platform. Oh, so I have to walk with it when it's moving, is what it's saying. So when it moves, I have to move forward with it, or else. Son of a bitch. Okay, well, I can see why. Okay. So allow my mind to be soft and not be upset by the external world. Not be worried about the specific things that I'm doing, to be able to focus clearly and just apply simple pressure to a controller. You know what I might do? I might zoom out a little bit. And I just need to be gentle with my controls. This is kind of amazing. As a game. Okay, again, you gotta move with it. Okay. Calm. Allow your mind to be at peace. Allow your body to apply appropriate force. These little sticks without any concern. Each individual motion is simple and basic. And do not hit the back button like that and fucking fall to your death. And allow your mind to become calm. And I fell outside of this area. I don't know how to get back in. Okay. Undo. That's a very difficult jump. It seems to have pretty good catch. I think the biggest problem is hitting back when I think I've overjumped it. I'm just not overjumping it. But allowing the force to guide me. Allowing each motion to be balanced only by feeling the sensation. See, that one I hit back and it was good. That one I hit back too. Hitting back. Way too sensitive. Definitely not made for this. Oh, I can go over there. Oh, where do I go after that, though? No, I think I gotta go here. motion to be simple. Do not let any pressure affect your mindset. Allow your balance. Be one with the. Oh God, really? Really? What a douchebag of a game. Okay, so here, what it's making you. God damn. What it's making you do is jump onto this guy and miss it. Okay, well, we can start over. We didn't fall far. We're going back. That's fine. That's fine. Allow each motion to be one. Okay. Good. 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 Awesome. A little harder, but you click well to it. I'll wait for it to go back and forth. Now with an increase in times, an increase in pressure. It's simple. 2 jumps. One from here to there. And one from here to here. Simple. Don't allow pressure. Each jump is a simple practice. Okay, good. So I think what I do is I land here. I don't know what that does. Okay. Interesting. I feel like that is too far for me to make. Oh, no, it's not. Every jump is simple. Click well to the sides. It's just a matter of not overthinking it. Allow the midichlorians to flow through your body. And what the fuck is that? Oh, it's a wall. Okay, I see what I'm doing. I see what I'm doing. And then that's a hell of a jump there. I guess that's what it's doing. Okay, so I gotta get over there somehow. Am I supposed to go up that cord, or am I supposed to go over here? Wow, they really make you move with it, huh? Okay. I'm safely over to this spot. And now we're into the weird object. So this is part of the game only up. Make this. Where you have to land on weird shit as you climb up into space. I'm going over there. Allow your mind to be soft. Cool. Boop. Where's the world music? No, I'm not doing that. Okay. Do 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 do. So see, allowing your self not to get stressed about stuff makes these weird shapes more palatable. As if I was to freak out and allow my emotions to take control of my fingers, I would not nearly be as functional as I am. And I'm dead. Okay, well, that's the end of that. Because holy crap. I do. Oh, I get it. So you can start here. That's fun. Okay, that makes it a lot better. So you can, there's save points, essentially. Now the trick is this world have persistence? Or is it something that I have to rebeat every time that I'm here? I hope it has persistence. I might actually check that out. Like leave and come back. Okay, so I messed this up before. It has a rail. Is there anything else to grab onto? Not really, huh? Mm, yeah, I don't know if I can make that. Weird, weird hitbox. Oh, I see. And then you're there. Wow, this is something else. All right, so I'm gonna work on this another point in time. I'm gonna have to expose everyone to this fuckery at this point in time. One more time. One more time with this fuckery. This does seem like Jedi training, though. It is kind of funny how indie games are now like the new representative of what would be the Force. They create amazing artistic hand-eye coordination puzzles that mix with stress and perseverance. I mean, this game is on a whole nother level with Alright, so that's super easy. So this can't be this difficult. Let's do this. I bounce off of it. And then I just fall. Lame. Lame. Alright. Jump up, add to favorites. And then let's test this. We will go to... Let's go to someplace annoying like the black cat. Oh wow, there's a lot of 18 plus black cats now. That's interesting.
The central core focus is not if God knows what path I'm going to take. Is the path I'm taking honoring God? That's what I care about. That's all I care about. You can philosophize about you can philosophize about predeterminism and free will. That's great. My main focus is saving souls. You want to talk about free will and predeterminism? Hey, we can talk about it a different time. I'm great, but right now I'm focused on saving souls because that's the most important thing.
A pretty crowd.
But
because
it all
at the end of
ties
the day,
into what the point they were making was God is, you know, he's merciful.
I've told
how is he
him.
merciful?
Listen. No, his heart is made of stone. I've told him a million times. Listen, God does not judge the way we judge. In historical context, it is different. Okay, those animals that they had, they were being used for idols, statue worship. God didn't want any of the Israelites having anything related to Amalekites because them having it was worshiping God. That's where the animals had to go. The babies that died, okay, listen, that is a result of man and their sin. The Amalekites' sin, their sin just didn't affect them. It affected everything they had. They had 400 plus centuries to repent, and they chose not to. It took. Hey, well, you know what? Thinking something.
I don't think that our sins should go off of our family sins, our ancestors' sins. That shouldn't be carried upon to ours, like Adam's sin, or Adam's sin should carry on to us.
But you're being intellectually dishonest.
That's not intellectually dishonest.
Not
That's
at all.
The
reason sin exists is because Eve didn't listen to God. That's the reason sin exists.
It's because
Therefore,
they both disobeyed.
we are literally living. We're literally living the sins of we're all being punished for one person.
No. Listen, we're being punished because the same sin they had affects all of human nature. If it didn't happen to Adam and Eve, it would have happened with another male and female who were given the test. Because you know why? They cared more about their flesh and what they wanted, the temptation of the devil in the Garden of Eden, more than obeying God. Men do it the same day every day. Paul said, I don't do the things I should do. And I don't do the things I should do. And I do the things I shouldn't do. It's human nature. And we have to come to
think that way.
I mean, to be fair, he does have a point. God does have a different morality system than humans.
But see, what infection is failing to miss, he's trying to find some. He said, well, it's not black and white. It is. God's judgment is sovereign, sir. Just because you don't understand a righteous, holy God, you're not God. The Bible says God's ways differ from ours, as high as the heavens is from the earth. You need to stop trying to rationalize every little thing about God and start to trust him based on the evidence he gave you. He gave you a Bible. He gave you prayer. He gave you the creation of his word. He gave you to have a relationship with him. He gives you the Holy Spirit. He gave you truth, right? You have the law. You have math. You have the laws of logic. Go ahead.
Okay, can I speak? So, how am I supposed to believe in a Bible where there are contradictions in the Bible? Like 2 Kings 8:26 states that Isaiah was 22 years old when he became king, and then Chronicles 22:2 states that Isaiah was 42 when he became king. Now, I'm supposed to put my trust and faith in a book that has a contradiction like that, but God can't do that. Now, the words of God can't do that. How am I supposed to believe in something if there are misinterpretations and contradictions in the book? Is that not a contradiction? Because your own Christians believe it is a copyistic error made by your script writers.
Sir, well, first off, if they believe that they're not Christian, because the Christians believe that the word is infallible and it's true. Okay, so I don't know what Christians.
So how do you have two ages in the Bible?
Let me finish. Second off, you guys, I don't know if you guys understand about time gaps and time, right? Chronological. Chronicles talks about time. It's in order, sir. So they may have mentioned listen to me. Listen, they may have mentioned he
Now
was
you're
22
gone.
in his time, but in his full life, he lived to 42.
That's not what it's
He could have
stating.
lived to 42. So what
That's
is it
not what it's
stating?
stating.
What is it stating?
I'll read what you said. What it said exactly. I'm not misinterpreting. 2 Kings 8:26 states that Isaiah was 22 years old when he became king. 2 Chronicles 22:2, which is in Chronicles, states that Isaiah was 42 years old when he became king. However, most translations of Chronicles 2:2 also agree that Isaiah was 22 years old when he became king, with other versions states that Isaiah was 42 when he became king. A scribe error, a copyistic may have made a mistake. This is a Christian apologist say this.
It's fun, in my opinion.
Alone.
He's looking up the verses. I bet.
No,
Make
I,
sure
I,
he's
think,
on it.
I think he's lagging. I don't think you have to throw shade.
He's AFK. I think he's looking up the verses. I'm sure.
I mean,
To
there's
verify.
no issue. Look up the verse. I want him to.
I think he can look it up if he needs to,
No,
I
no,
think
of
it's
course.
only fair
No,
that
listen,
he has
look
good
up the
information
verse.
and
Look
he
it
has a
up.
good
I
point
want
to
you to look it up to see the error.
We can.
I can go with the. This is right here. I have a full chart.
Okay, hold on. Okay. So you're talking about the timeline of the prophets was Isaiah, right? And his overlap with the kings of Judah.
I got some pretty good ones.
I'm going to read you Isaiah's ministry timeline, right? His reign.
I just don't have enough ideas.
Well, the
Right?
Bible says.
I do
We're not
have
looking
a few
at the
funny
Bible.
stickers, right? There's the. Oh, it's too big. It's gonna be too big, but that's the.
Everything you talk about, I read out to you, and it's made sense. And what you call contradiction
Nothing
is a
have
lack
you ever said has made sense. It's not me
sir,
having
because-
the stone hard. It's me
Sir,
having a
yes, it
thinking
is.
brain.
No, it's not. It's you thinking erroneous things when it's given to you plainly. Okay.
He just
let me
read the
read this.
Bible verses verbatim. You don't need to read a interpretation. He read the Bible verses.
I'm not
That's his
reading.
question.
I'm not reading interpretation. Yes, listen, sir. This is why you have commentary, so you can have a better understanding. Okay, listen. So this is where Isaiah prophesied.
A little bigger because I'm a
During these
boy.
reigns. You have Isaiah,
Where?
that's the first one. Jotham is the second king. Ahaz is the third. Hezekiah is the fourth. You can see Isaiah 1:1 for the
to be
confirmation.
honest.
Right. Now it says he likely
I
began his
was
ministry
expecting 18
around
plus
age
instance.
20.
Let's fucking go. There's gonna be some freaky stuff. There's gonna be freaky conversations. And meanwhile, we've been sitting here for like 15.
Hey, you guys
15
want to talk
minutes,
about
and it's
freaky stuff? Huh?
Not with you, Lemon. Not with you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Excuse me.
What you're stating right now? What verse is this in the Bible?
There are multiple verses.
Follow me.
Let me finish my point.
Going off of interpretation of a verse.
Making really good money, setting myself up for success. I have 2 years left out of my 5-year contract.
No, my mouth is open.
I am thinking about getting out.
Oh my god.
Just all the mental.
Literally, you're so casual about it too. Like, hell.
I've already had surgery on my knee. About to have surgery on my shoulder.
What the hell, he Burton?
What the hell?
Looks like a Splatoon character.
I just don't want to be broke.
It's not.
Big man. Oh, okay.
It does look like that though.
It does look like a fucking human big man or some shit.
Yeah, no, it does.
And the best thing is too is I can also take out a VA home loan, which what that is basically.
I should be a kitty alien too.
Say if you were to buy a
But I
house,
kinda don't
you
feel like
wouldn't have
that.
to put any down payment down. You could buy any house you want, no down payment. But the thing is, you still have to pay, the monthly, whatever it is. Which is nice. Or you could build a house from scratch, but the VA home loan would have to pick your contractors and stuff like that for you. And it has to be like your budget price. And I want to put a condominium, which I have back at home.
I wish I could punch you
Just
back.
me and my
I
brother,
can't.
Wherever we going, unless those people watch for real.
for 10 acres. And that's the plan.
Yeah.
Would you?
You're such a smarticle particle. You have all this
Hey,
shit,
where'd you
like,
stop?
Oh yeah, that made me lag.
No, soda. Years to really think about it, because I wasn't gonna make notes on the whole thing. It was more just like
What?
a stepping
Where'd you
stone.
go?
But now it's kind of
Yeah,
become
it
a
was so
creative.
lifestyle in a way, but at the same time, it's like
Hey, you're
you
right
have
here.
to get away from it sooner or later.
Not much
or
going
else
on
you'll
over
never
here.
be able to
Like,
regregregate, because I joined
Alien.
So it's
What's up? How you doing? How you doing, little alien person and wolf guy? Is that a wolf?
You're doing
Both
this.
cats.
It's not like you have a good head on
Yeah.
your shoulders.
he's also an
You have a
alien. Yeah,
plan. You've thought
I
it
guess we
out.
both
Fucking
cats.
great.
Or is
I
that a
mean-
wolf?
Exactly.
You have big ears.
I'm just a
Me
cat.
at your age, nowhere near
Cats
that.
have big ears. You know Floppa?
No,
Big
yeah.
Floppa?
That's
Well,
that's
I
not a
guess you're right,
cat.
it's
That's
an
a
alien
fucking.
cat.
Maine Coon or some shit.
Yeah, link.
Still, I'm like, motherfucking still a
I'll ask you again.
female.
When did he reign to become king? 22 years old. That's the right one. And if you look up why is there a contradiction in this, it says that it is a copyistic.
So whenever I talk to you.
That's why when you read the NIV version of the Bible, it doesn't have 42 years old, it only has 22 years old.
So the common number is 26. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, the common number, he reigned for 1 year when he was 22. That's exact. That's it. He's only reigned for 1 year.
I do have a good plan. It's just
President of. Oh man, I'm so bad.
No, it is weird.
Sealand.
I didn't
So
get
what does
it.
that have to do with him?
Like,
It's alright.
no, not Zealand.
That's because the copy
I don't
made
want some random ass
an
fucking
error
girls
in
stealing
most King James verses, and actually all King James verses. They made a copyistic error. That's why it's an error in your Bible.
So does that mean man? Does that mean
That shows you that there's an error in your Bible.
Listen, does that mean because men may have made a error on a date?
That shows that while your Bible is corrupted, how can I trust the Bible now? That it had a copyistic error where a man can corrupt the Bible. Now, how do I know that the priest? Wait, I'm not done. How do I know that the priest in 14 to 1500 years ago, with all the evidence that I have nowadays, that they didn't corrupt the Bible completely, 100% completely? Now, how do I know that they didn't do that?
I think a small thing about someone's age has nothing to do with the
That's
reign
not a
and
small.
Listen to me.
That's
Listen
not a
to me.
small thing.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I don't think how old someone was when they died has anything to do with the reign of has anything to do with the reign and prophesying of the coming Messiah. Whether he's 22.
Here's the point that they're making. Let me help them out here. The King James Version has been the definitive Bible version for the majority of America's life. Here, only in the last, 40, 50 years that the New International Version came out, has become prolific. So the King James Version has this in here stated in two different Bible verses, the age of this prophet, or this king, when he became king, the date that he became king, 20 years difference in ages between two different Bible verses. So, if the definitive version of the Bible that we all have known says that, and then now they come along with the New International Version that says 22. Well, what else have they changed in the new version from the old versions? What's changed from the King James Version? Because it is historical fact that King James selectively removed parts of the Bible he didn't want in there. So there's parts of the Bible we don't have because that's been the version. So which version of the Bible's correct
Which
now?
one's? I'm not gonna even get in that because it's false. But
I will
listen. Hey, listen.
I'm gonna add you.
Hold on, you're jumping from one thing to the next.
Jumping. That's not
Yes, it
jumping.
is. That's
not jumping.
You're
We're on the same
motorboating
topic.
one thing to the next. Let me finish
You
my
listen.
thing, right? You're not leaving
I'm gonna
anywhere
add
until I finish
you.
what I
I
said.
sent you a friend request. I have an invite from a real friend.
No, let me finish my point before you leave. You're not gonna leave till I
Okay,
finish.
finish your
They can
topic.
wait.
Okay, finish
They
your
can
topic.
wait. They can wait, sir.
That's just idiocracy. Okay, so I'm not gonna comment on the Bible.
Can we like go to that part of the pier, maybe? Yeah, we can. Okay, cool.
Fucking piece of shit. You don't support Israel? Fuck no.
Why?
Careful the teleporters.
Did Israel do something to you?
Whiskey on you? I love it. It's like a cologne. You're very masculine. I'm usually don't go to the station. Cheap ass whiskey doing your trailer. Can I come over to your trailer and meet the family? We can have dinner.
Yo, you're the
Oh god. Okay. Four, 7, 6. Yeah, I don't know. It's that happens a lot on VRChat is you'll run into proselytizers. Proselytizing. That's big fish. Proselytizing. And then you'll have people that are avidly defending it with some amazingly interesting point that proves that the whole thing is wrong when that was a cool one. I honestly believe that you should let people enjoy their faith. But that goes the same for the people who are enjoying their faith. They should allow other people to enjoy different perspectives. That being said, I do think when you do apply your moral value, which is based in your spirituality, to others, that you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have people not being so happy. One person. Oh shit, wait. Nightmare. I think I'm gonna end it, and I am gonna do a little bit of a meditation, but I don't think I want to film that yet, and I want to listen to music, so I don't know. Just haven't figured that out yet. If you want to see active form of my meditation, where I actually become one with the force and manipulate shit like Silent Bob and Mallrats, then join my Patreon, which is only. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around. But yeah, let me know. I will love to show those aspects more if anyone's interested. Specifically, inner essence manipulation, core understanding of the essence that drives physical activity. Well, here, let me just give you an example of I don't know, I guess theory. So essentially the issue is that you have an action potential that leads out to your muscle fiber. So your brain basically creates a signal. And now the issue is that these aren't just one signal, one movement. So you don't get a signal to just move coffee. You have actually, I don't know, like 100,000, 600,000 muscle fibers that are all actuated in kind of like a rhythmic pattern. Now, essentially, when you have an increase in strength and tension, it's not necessarily increase in the actual strength of the signal, it's increase in the rate and frequency of the signal. So basically, by increasing how often you stimulate the muscle, it exponentially increases the amount of output of energy. Now, these signals are being sent out by the hundreds of thousands per the muscle fiber, so it's just numbers and actions that we can't even comprehend. So instead of thinking of it as a singular thought creates a singular action, it's like a thought is a drop of water, and the motion that you need to move is a flowing river. And essentially, to create that force, that river goes off the waterfall, and that action of change creates it could be like a thickening and shortening, so that doesn't really make sense. But it's essentially like the flow of a river. So adjusting the current and pressure and the rate at which you're doing things is your main mean of intervention for any physical action. Because we usually think, oh, you activate it, a muscle, and the muscle moves. But you're not. You're activating bazillions of muscles, and you're doing it in an exquisitely complicated pattern. So, state of mind and a lot of, say, neurological factors, like active transmitters and balances amongst the precursors for a lot of the movement of things throughout it. 'Cause again, these things, are activating, deactivating, activating, deactivating, activating, deactivating, a bazillion times a second. So when you're training, motherfucker, 134. So when you're training the body, or when you're training an action specifically, let's say you're doing, I'm gonna go a little bit more complicated. Let's say that you're throwing a baseball. You're learning to throw a pitch. Now, you would think that the application of form would result in what basically would be a perfect pitch, but as anyone knows that's trained in anything that's that specific, is that's not really the case. You can have thousands of hours of training, and each pitch on each individual day is going to have a different feel to it, and a professional is able to keep that consistent, but the difficulty of maintaining such intricate patterns of output over your muscles is, a profession in itself. It's a challenge. It's not something that any human can do. And that's even just a singular action if you take into account people who are designing their body's output for, oops, I might just do that in there. Designing their body's output for things like martial arts or something like that. It's just so variable. So anyways, my point is that when you're doing training, that is kind of like a high energy, bring in the force type power. I mean, like, think like Goku doing like energy charge kind of crap. What you're doing in practice is training your body's control over the release of neurological signals, and you're becoming better at the skill of the creation of the thought that results in movement. Now, if you consider it just as like a base skill, it makes a lot of sense that the people like Shaolin monks or the Cossacks that train in the woods with bears are able to achieve these states through actually that's kind of a good point. The practice of honing your concentration. Now, one of the things that is popular in a lot of different countries, but by doing different things, is applying physical stress, where the goal of the activity is to maintain a calm output. So rather than the vice versa of having your body, training your bodies to put out, you know, any kind of energy, you're doing the exact opposite, and you're training your body to not respond to physical activity. So it's interesting. Now, these practices are accepted as kind of a base. I guess we just call it mental toughness. I don't think we generally refer to them as, you know, mental training exercises. I think most people, when you ask them, is getting into an ice bath hard, they would say it's all mental. You know, is meditating on a mountainside hard? You know, it's all about the mindset. It's all about your ability to control the reaction that you have to these negative stimulus. But I think you can also do the opposite of this, which is kind of where my initial thing came from, is instead of training stability in conflict, is you can actually make yourself calm and then stimulate your body to activity while maintaining the calmness. So I guess you do both things. You're creating the stimulus while maintaining the calm. And that might sound weird if you say it outright, but imagine if you were a boxer and you were going into a match, or you're in a match and, you know, you're looking at your opponent. You have to maintain that calm while creating constant energy. So it's like this constant balance. Actually, it's probably where a lot of it comes from. It's this balance that you have to maintain during the fight to keep your body in the state of performance, but that won't look big. It wasn't. Oh yeah, let's do that. It is interesting how similar it is, that practice it is to maintaining like the mid-fight mentality. and how that affects your body. So, if I'm just being unclear, the practice that I was going to do, that I got sidetracked in actually doing, is similar to something that you would do in like Tai Chi or Qigong. You're creating an intention to create force, and then you're basically producing, they call it isotonic force. It's force without movement. Imagine like flexing your muscles real hard. But instead of, just a meaningless flex where you're kind of trying to make it hard, you're bringing potential action to that area without actually creating action. So essentially what you're doing is you're learning to activate. The sole purpose of it is learning how to activate your muscles in a rhythmic fashion. But you're not actually activating your muscles. You're keeping your body in a state of kind of pleasant stasis. Now, it's good. The activity could be done just plain straight out. And I think that a lot of the, monks and stuff like that, they do kind of base stuff. A lot of people do accompany it with music. You'll see a lot of these types of practices done along with like drums or something like that. Nowadays, obviously, we can just listen to music. Personally, I like kind of a driving exercise beat techno-y music. I find that it makes it more interesting, but instead of keeping a stable isotonic tone, what you can do is you can create varied pressure based upon the rhythm of the music, the vibe of the music. So basically, as it builds, and as it drops, you allow your energy to drop. Your body naturally kind of mimics the music, so you can use the flow of the music as a reference point for when you're creating flow of your own body. Take much longer. No, I gotta go to bed. Okay. While I would like to do that, the practice itself takes a couple hours. I don't think that I have the time for that. Maybe I'll try and do it tomorrow. Or maybe I can come on tomorrow and try and do a physical activity night. Draw the force into me. We'll see. But anyways, this is my last fish. Oh, maybe not. 23. No, that's my last fish. All right, have a good night. It's been a pleasure. The one of you that's watching right now. Again, if you have any comments, please leave them below. Or if you have any questions, please leave them below in the comment section. And I wish you the best on your journey.